I didn't really know how to take it. I was like, is he like mad that I'm gay or something? Is he on his homophobic shit? Like,
This is a Fleazy Beat production.
Is it recording?
yeah.
Oh.
What's good, YouTube?
Hey Shenanigans, what's up?
No vibes.
Ice on ice, real clarity.
Hey, it's Frank. Everybody's a
Yo, wait, that was whack. Hello, YouTube. I'm back with a video. It's been a long time since I've sat in front of this camera and just talked, so bear with me, yo. If you're returning here, hello again. If you're new here, hi, my name is treyshenanigans. I do story times, I do vlogs, I do Q&As, I do vlog series and shit like that. I also do segments and feature my family, so you just have to tune in and find out about the shenanigans. Before we get into this video though, let's shout out this week's bad bitch of the week. What's up, Shenanigans? This week's bad bitch of the week is Darrell Anthony.
Like, put on a cute ass outfit and walk in front of your camera at 0.3x speed and tell me you don't feel like a bad bitch.
Darrell did the color in my hair. And he also did some twist in my hair about a month ago. I love his work. Thank you so much, Darrell, for your services. Yes, y'all. If you're from the DMV, live in the DMV area, book your appointment with Darrell. You can get your twist, you can get your cut, you can get your color. Visit him in the shop or set up a house call on your appointment. Get at him. Good looks, Darrell. So this story time happened pretty recently. It happened last week. This took place in Norfolk, Virginia. I was back, home where I went to high school. I was in town for Father's Day. This was after Father's Day though, but I stayed in the area for a few days past. I was in the outlet. Norfolk Premium Outlets, for those who are familiar, it's just like any other outlet mall that's outdoors. And I was just, window shopping, scoping the scene, I used to work at the outlet, so usually when I'm in town, I will visit to stop at my old job, get a smoothie. Jamba Juice is where I worked my first job. I was even planning to stop by and see my bestie, Brandon. He works at the outlet, so I was even planning to stop and see him. We'll get into why I didn't. So yeah, I was just enjoying some me time. So yeah, I'm walking around the outlet, not really make no purchases like that. Like I said, I was just trying to scope the scene, get inspiration for what looks I'm trying to put together myself. And I decided to make one purchase, and that was in the Crocs store. I've been wanting a new pair of Crocs. I've been on to Crocs before Nikki posted her picture. Been wanting another pair of Crocs. I think they're so cute, and I only had one pair that I used to wear to Jamba, but I really wanted some that could be like, you know, giving a look, you know. So I got a pair of Crocs, and they have like the gibbets now that everybody puts in the Crocs. They had a whole table full of gibbets, so I picked out some that I wanted, and then I went to the Crocs to match my gibbets with the pair of Crocs. I wanted the gibbets to specifically match the Crocs. So I chose a pair. They actually didn't have my size, so I had to find a different pair, which I'm like summing this up, but this was very time consuming. Like I was going through the gibbets, trying to decide what pair of Crocs to pair with, and then deciding what gibbets I want. It was like, I had to be in there for, it had to be at least an hour. I can get very indecisive with clothes and food, two of my favorite things. Eventually, I chose a pair of Crocs, and I had my set of gibbets, and made my purchase, went about my business. So I came out of Crocs, went to Jamba, got my smoothie, Kiki with my manager, like the same boss I had is still there. Kiki with him a little bit, he took my order. He didn't even recognize me at first, it was funny. One of my coworkers that was there when I was there, and I, you know, spoke to him. The other two girls weren't there when I worked there, so I didn't know them. So I got my smoothie, greens and ginger for anybody who's wondering. And I went and sat down in like the middle plaza area, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, sipped my smoothie and just chilled. I was being pressed. I wanted to put on my Crocs. And also I just wanted to be comfortable. I had sneakers on like all day and I had been walking. I just wanted to switch into something more comfortable. So shit, I just bought my Crocs. I'm gonna switch into my Crocs. And I also wanted to decide where I wanted to put the gibbets on the Crocs. So I just, you know, sat there and did that while I was sitting there, and then decided to put them on. After that, I start walking around again. I go into H&M. Now, this is where it gets the black dick. So I'm walking in H&M, and you know, I'm just browsing through the selection. There were not a lot of people in there, especially where I was at in the men's section. There was one dude. I saw him when I, you know, entered the store. He was the only one, and you know, I'm just browsing, and all of a sudden, another dude that I did not see when I came in the store. Like I said, in the men's section, there was only one dude that I peeped. But all of a sudden, you know, I'm browsing, and from my left to the right, this dude enters, you know, my viewpoint. Dude walks up in my vicinity, and yo, this is how he came up. And then he started, it was like he was rapping a song, but he was just making it up. Like he was just making up whatever he wanted to say. But he was like, you know, under his breath with it. Like he started like rapping under his breath. He was just reciting a whole bunch of random shit, but what stuck with me was,
you a bitch ass nigga. You a bitch ass nigga. Da-da-da-da. You a bitch ass nigga. Yeah. You a bitch made. You was made like that. You was made like that. You can't change that. You just a spoiled ass nigga. You so loud and proud.
yeah, bitch nigga. You just bitch made. You bitch made and you can't change that. Like, he just kept saying shit like that. Bitch nigga. And I didn't really know how to take it. I was like, is he like mad that I'm gay or something? Is he on his homophobic shit? Like, is he really just reciting a song? Like, I didn't really know. But it was just suspicious to me because you're saying things like that and doing it while walking in my vicinity, like back and forth, and not going nowhere else. Like, that just threw me off. But I don't really give a fuck. So it's not like he was saying anything to me. So I went on about my business, and I just moved on to a different part of the store, a different part of the men's section, and carried on. Didn't think twice about it. Then he follows me to the area that I'm at, and he begins to do the same thing that he was doing in the other section. He starts walking around in front of my viewpoint and starts acting like he's rapping a song again, but this time he's saying stuff differently. Now he's saying, again, I can't remember. I remember even less so what he said the second time he came around than I remember the first time. But again, what stuck with me was the lines, "It's so sad to say goodbye. It's so sad to say goodbye." I don't know how he said it. I don't remember how he said it, but he was like I said, acting like he was reciting a song and saying that shit in front of me. It's so sad to say goodbye. I wish I could remember what else he was saying, but that second time he came around, that's the only line that stuck with me. But he was just saying stuff along those lines, I remember. Like, alluding to death? I don't know what he was trying to allude to, but after that is when I was like triggered. And he said what he said, and then he just started to slowly walk out the store while he was looking back, kind of. It's so sad to say goodbye. Like, I just stood there and kind of thought about it, thought about things that I heard him say and the body language he had around me, and something just did not feel right. Broke it down in my head. I said, okay, the first time, bitch ass nigga, spoiled ass Brad, oh, you just a spoiled ass bitch ass nigga, you was made that way, whatever the fuck he was saying. The second time, oh, it's so sad to say goodbye, and all the other like subliminal threatening messages he was sending the second time. And mind you, I had these gibbets on my Crocs. These are the Crocs that I had on, that I switched into, that I purchased at the outlet that day. These are what they look like now. When I had them on, they look like this. As you can see, I have a glass of wine, a pineapple, avocado, a unicorn, you know that's Nicki's symbol, a CBD leaf, wink wink, TS for treyshenanigans. It's supposed to be an S between the A and the P for a shenanigan production, but I lost the S. An eggplant emoji, take with that what you will, or however you say that. And of course, Pride LGBTQ plus flag. Alright y'all, I had to re-record this part because of lost footage. The technical difficulties of it all, y'all. But as you can see, I had the Pride flag. Literally just saved my camera. So I don't know if he noticed the flag on my Crocs, or he could just tell by my mannerisms, the way I was moving, that I was gay, but clearly something triggered him about my energy. I don't know. To me, he was clearly trying to direct what he was saying to me. You're walking in my viewpoint, you're not looking at me in the eyes. This was literally, the first time had to be 30 seconds to a minute that he was walking back and forth in front of me, saying what he was saying. The second time, maybe 20 to 30 seconds. And then just lines like, oh, you're so loud and proud. Like, what would have like initiated him to say that? Besides the fact that I had a flag on my Crocs and an eggplant. So I don't know, maybe he peeked my Crocs. I don't really know, I don't really care. But I definitely didn't want to walk out of there after he walked out. Something didn't feel right. What if he was saying, it's so sad to say goodbye because he plans on, you know, attacking me, murdering me when I come out here. You know, it sounds crazy, but like, that's how things like that happen. And hate crimes and attacks and homophobic attacks, stuff like that. Stuff like that does happen. So for him to act how he was acting when he was in there around me, and then to leave off with the words, it's so sorry to say goodbye, and like, I didn't know what the fuck to think of it. You know, he could have been waiting on the outside from afar, watching me from afar, waiting for me to go to my car, follow me, and rob me. Beat me up. Fucking stab me. Whatever. Like, it could be anything. So, I just didn't feel safe walking back to my car alone. So, I wanted to get the H&M associate to call mall security and have them escort me back to my car. But I didn't know if I was just overreacting or just doing too much. So I decided to call Boo to check with her, and I explained to her the situation. I told her everything And he said, and everything that happened, she said she totally understood, and she definitely understood why I felt that way, and definitely do whatever I need to feel safe. So got off the phone with her. I went up to an H&M associate. I told her everything. Y'all, you could tell like how worked up. I wasn't like worked up, but like I was anxious. That shit kind of made me anxious. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. So I explained the situation to the H&M associate. She was like, yeah, I understand. And she went and got her manager. I explained the situation to him. He was a queen, so I know he understood. He was cute too. And I told him everything he was saying. I was like, I don't mean to cuss, but he was like, oh, bitch ass nigga, and everything that he was saying. He was like, wow, really? Like, wow. Like, he was shocked. I don't really know why, this fucking world we live in. So he called the mall security. They came. I waited in the store until they got there. Once she got to the door, I already knew they was there for me. I was like, yep, I'm the guy. She already knew the deal, and we just started walking to my car. She could tell I was like shook up from the situation. I was like, oh, I don't want to bug you telling you the story or whatever, but she was like curious. She wanted to know what happened, and I told her what happened. She was like, yeah, I don't really get that. You're not even that flamboyant or that, you know, straight people, how they, you know. She was like, oh, you're not even that flamboyant. You're not even doing all that for him to even do that. And I just told her that's how these homophobic straight men are. Not all homophobic people are gonna feel the need to say something to somebody that to some LGBTQ people that they don't know, or want to attack them or want to kill them or anything like that. But the homophobic people that do fall under that umbrella, you don't gotta be that flamboyant. It's just you being you irritates those kind of people. So that's what that must have been, you know. At the end of the day, I really don't know if that's what that was, but y'all hear the story, y'all tell me what that was, you know. So she was like, yeah, I definitely understand, and and then she waited for me to pull off, and I headed to Aunt Felicia's house. My original plan was to leave H&M and then go to the store that Brandon works at to pop up on him. He didn't even know that I was there or gonna be coming to see him. I was gonna, you know, pop up on him if he was at work. I completely forgot about that. When that situation happened, and the moment he left the store and like I started thinking about everything, I just wanted to leave. Anything else that was on my mind was gone, okay? I didn't even realize that I didn't see Brandon until I was halfway to Aunt Felicia's. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even see Brandon. Like, that situation shook me up. And the thing is, he probably just went about his business, but I don't know that for sure. I couldn't know that for sure. And the impression that he left, I just didn't feel safe. I just wanted to get back to my car safely and exit. And getting a security guard to walk me back was the way that was gonna happen. I got to Aunt Felicia's house in Virginia Beach. I explained the story to her. She was also just like Aunt Boo. She understood, and she was telling me, like, anytime you get a feeling in your gut like that, go with your gut, because your gut is telling you for a reason. Like, listen to your gut. Now, mind you, on the way out of there, like, I was just still thinking about the situation, and I was just so shooken up about it, and I was already thinking about, like, oh, I gotta tell this story because homophobia is out there, bro. I think some of us that come from accepting families and accepting people around us aren't as aware. Like, I don't know, I never had an encounter with like that. Like, I think because I am so accepted in the circle, in my you know, circle of like family and people, that I just don't ever expect anything like that to happen. And I think that's the reason that happened to me, because if you guys don't know, I'm moving to Atlanta in the future, in the near future. So as much LGBTQ plus people and community that's there, so much of it there's also a lot of homophobia there, and crime and robbing and just a lot of that going on. And I'm not saying this just, I've never been to Atlanta. I'm not saying this out of experience. I'm saying this out of everything that I hear from Atlanta, out of all the story times and the my experience videos on YouTube of people that are living in Atlanta. I've seen so many of them, and they all are saying the same thing. So that's what I'm going off of. So I think that happened to me to kind of make me more alert and aware of my surroundings, and teach me to just like go with my gut if I don't feel safe, and just be more alert. Because say I didn't mind it, and say I didn't give a fuck, and you walked out, and I was like, oh, okay, like I usually would, like another fucking homophobic man, another day. Like, what it is, and say I would have walked out, and say he was waiting for me from afar, and he watched me go to my car, and then he then ran up and robbed me, took my car, or killed me, or I don't know, kidnapped me, or whatever. Chances are he probably went on about his business, but I just wanted to be safe. There was no way for me to know that. And so if I'm pussy, if I'm a punk, if I'm a bitch, having the security walk me to the car, then shit, I'm all of that and more, because to me, that was just smart and just playing it safe, because you just never know. And that alertness, that awareness that situation made me start having, going out and about, who knows, that is probably gonna save me from another situation in my future, or help somebody else in the situation they may be in. Like, you don't know, I don't know what it's gonna be, but God puts you in certain situations to set up for some other, you know what I'm saying? So being that I am going to Atlanta, I think there was a certain amount of alertness and being aware of your surroundings that I'm not gonna say I didn't have before, but you know, coming of age, there's certain things you just, you know, don't necessarily.
The 5 best foods to improve your mental health. What you eat matters. All our thoughts, feelings, and emotions can be traced back to our brains. They're important. Your brain needs the right nutrients to do its job properly. So make sure it's getting what it needs and reap the rewards. Number 1, oily fish. As is one of the best food sources of omega-3, DHA, you should aim to have 2 portions of oily fish a week. Salmon, sardines, and anchovies all count. Number 2, berries. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. If you need any extra encouragement to eat more berries, this is it. Blueberries are particularly good for your brain. Number 3, whole grains. B vitamins often come from animal products, but whole grains are one of the best plant-based sources. And if you're unsure how to cook your barley or buckwheat, invest in a rice cooker. Absolute game changer. Number 4, beans and legumes. From beans on toast to hummus to dal, there's no shortage of recipes that include a bean or 2. Things like chickpeas and lentils are cheap, filling, and delicious. You can't go wrong. Number 5, leafy greens. Kale, spinach, and Brussels sprouts all contain a ton of folic acid. We think they go particularly well with soups, omelets, and stir fries.
I definitely wanted to tell a story, you know, just so my LGBTQ plus folk can be more woke out there. And just to show that we got to do better as a community and get this homophobia out of there, because the very reason that I even had that anxiety and even felt like I was possibly threatened was because of the homophobia that still exists in this world. So it just goes to show that we still got some work to do. Plus, I wanted to make this video because I know there's some young people that watch me, and there'll probably be more young people watching this video in the future. just be woke out there, and don't be discouraged from wearing your Crocs with a pride flag on it, or dyeing your hair pink, or doing anything that is against what society is telling you to be like. And don't let anything stop you from being you, but be woke. I'm gonna leave it at that. Pride Month was ended yesterday. I was trying to get this out before the end of the month, but you know, just had a New York trip and a couple other things were going on. Got this out as soon as I could. But to me, Pride doesn't end with June. You know, Pride is year round. Pride is full time. So, period. All my LGBTQ folk out there, love y'all. Don't change you for anybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, let me know if you guys would be interested in me and Umbu reviewing the Baddies ATL reunion. We've been watching the series. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge Bad Girls Club fan. I've seen pretty much every single season, and I definitely have an opinion. So, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that on the channel. And of course, the Cali series is continuing. We have 2 more episodes. So stay tuned for that. Ciao.
Is it recording?